What is up, friends, YouTube motorcycle enthusiasts? Accelerate coming at you. Main event, as I alluded to before, I didn't know if I was going to make it to the main event, and I absolutely did. Fortunately, I forgot to hit record on the start, but nonetheless, it's pretty much the first section of the course here. So I ended up actually placing 4th in C class for race 1, race 2 combined, which was really cool. And I made it to the main event, which I wasn't sure if I was going to. Oh yeah, check it out. And I actually went up this rock this time because I saw that the tape was supposed to be there. So go figure. But yeah, it was great to have another race day. There was a little bit of a confusion on race 2. I initially said in race 2 video that, you know, I was told as long as I made a check. Well, that was information after the fact. Initially, when I was racing, they said that you had to make 2 checks to qualify for the main event, which I didn't do. So I only made the first check, and I just missed that second check. You know, I just missed it. So in any case, they came back and said no, it's just 1 check, and with my combined times, I ended up getting 4th. So I actually had the van mostly packed up as I hit this hill climb here, and then I had to unpack the van and just kind of chill out, and then because I had another race day ahead of me. So this is the infamous hill climb that I'm not going to lie, I kind of nailed it in race 2. I really felt pretty good about it. Unfortunately, it was a little bit jammed up over here, and that left line right here had definitely gotten a lot slicker. So some of my technique was running out of steam as I was attempting to hit this thing over and over, as you guys can see. Yep, all the attempts over and over. So this is where I started thinking outside the box a little bit. I noticed that line to the left. Realistically, the tape started over there where that guy in the black shirt was standing. So there was this is a pretty intimidating rock drop off there to my right, by the way. There was a fair amount of pushing and fighting the bike because it was so slick right here. But realistically, as long as I jumped back in the tape right here, I was still legal and still within bounds for the race rules, which is really cool because hitting that straight line was a lot easier than what I was trying before. So yeah, as you can see, that got me to cross over, and I could get a better run at this, which I kind of flubbed it up, but nonetheless, I got to fight up this ditch, which was way farther than I was getting before, so it worked to a degree. And we're out. Yeah, not my best showing on the hill climb there, but like all things, got work to do, and hill climbs is definitely on the top of my list to get a lot better at. These side hills were still ridiculous. I will say that the main event here, it didn't rain, so this is Sunday, and it did dry up a little bit. Was it still slick as snot? Absolutely. But after going through some of the repeat portions of the course that you can see here, it wasn't quite as it was tacking up a little bit. It wasn't quite as slick, so yeah, it was helpful. Yeah, so I'm making my way up to this top of the hill here, and once again there's some folks attempting this spot. You guys remember it's a little gnarly to the right, and then I once again chose to go to the left. Kind of the same line that I chose last time. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I just had tunnel vision and wanted to get super close to hugging a tree and struggle over roots. But I chose the same line as I did in race 2, and it ended up working out. But you know, the thing is, you just burn so much energy, and that's the thing that one of the things other than their elite level of fitness and technique that makes the pros and a lot of the A-riders, frankly, guys that are really good, is because their technique is so good, they don't spend a lot at least as much time, way less time than someone like myself pushing and manhandling the bike. You know, if you start cleaning stuff at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, the course could go much quicker. And I'm not taking away from their elite level of fitness, because these guys, they have that too. But yeah, definitely worth noting, I need way more technique. Yeah, this part was cool. This hill, I remember this little gully and looking at it, I was like, yeah, I remember this. This little, I'm gonna make my way up here. Oh, got some tape. Need to make sure I go to the left. Can't go outside the tape. So, you know, just gotta work my way up here to the top, and I'll be on my way. What's this? Yeah, that's new. So, yeah, they drug in a culvert. It's chained up there, so it's not going anywhere. We basically have to go over it. So it's a pretty good little step up. My guess, 1.5 feet, 2 foot maybe. Yeah, temp 1 in the books, and time for round 2. Yeah, that was close, but got a nice little celebratory wheel pop there as I let some way faster guys around.
Good? All right.
Yeah, that spot was interesting. As I mentioned in video 2, I got to go high on that one. So, yeah, the guy, I'm pretty sure he passed me again after he got out of that hole. But, yeah, it was nice to kind of hit that line a little high, and it worked out for me, so it was good. Ah, yes, the hill climb with the ride around. So I pretty much had a full rein here to attempt the hill climb. No one else was around, so I wanted to try it. It was probably not the best option, but I felt like, you know, I'm so close. I'm right there, and I actually come kind of close with a little bit of a ghost ride there. But in the end, it wasn't worth it. So my two or three attempts there, this is the ride around. Like, I blast right up this. Once again, it's also not a bottleneck, because you know, the course is pretty much spread out at this point, and there's just less riders. But yeah, I should have just went straight for the ride around. I probably would have saved quite a few minutes of time and extra energy. So again, hill climbs, I really need to learn to get them down. And I think it's kind of my big issue is, you know, I got to juice it. I don't have a lot of situations in my training where I really just let the bike go. Let it just rev it out, just get savage with the throttle. And that's something I need to work on. But to do that, I really need wide open spaces and hills and all that stuff. So it's definitely on my radar. And yeah, I just need to get better at it. Because again, if you're clearing hill climbs, it's way easier.
Go over, I'll smack that tree. I don't want to do that. Risk reward, boys and girls. Risk reward. That's probably can't see it on camera. That, my friends, is about an 8-10 foot drop. I'm just guessing. To the bottom, easy. To the bottom, almost 15. There it goes. Hip.
Yeah, looking back up, you definitely get a little bit of a feel for how big that drop-off is. That was also a lot of work. Again, manhandling the bike, right? I still just did not feel confident about dropping down into that gully. And looking back at it now, I should have just totally sent it. I should have got on the back of the bike and just went for it. But, you know, kind of like I mentioned before, risk reward, right? If I went over the bars right there, it definitely could have been a really bad day. So, yeah, maybe next year, right? Just like race 2, by the time I get here, pretty smoked, pretty tired. Again, the raw creeks and the valleys and the this is where I'm a little bit better. It's also funner for me. So I was happy to get to the section that I recognized and that I felt more comfortable doing, for sure. I actually cut out a fair amount of the more open trail riding type stuff, which there wasn't a ton of, but there was some transfer sections where I was mostly just sitting down, chilling, and trying to catch, regain my composure, really, without getting, just try to rest as much as I can and get ready for the sections where, I could try to get up a hill and can't, and drop my bike and have to pick it up and manhandle it and push it and squat it and deadlift it and all the way up and down the mountain. So yeah, some of that was cut out. Yeah, it was definitely nice to have some rest there. And again, tired, not confident. What I should have done was just gave it a little throttle zap and hop down off that. But yeah, again, when you go jelly, confidence goes out the window.
What's up, Rich? Dude. Woo.
Yep, when you're riding a clear cut in Ohio, you never know what you're going to turn the corner and see. Maybe the IRC tire guy, Rich Larson. So I got a chance to meet Rich the day before, between race 1 and 2. I said hi to him, we started chatting, and really nice guy. It's interesting. Some of the podcasts and stuff I've heard of Rich, he says he talks to everybody. He really does take the time to talk to folks, and it was cool. He came over and checked out. I had my trials bike there, obviously my 300, and Davey, as you remember from race 1, he was out and about too. So he had his ex-trainer there. So we were tagged the Beta Boys, which is cool because Rich also loves his Beta. So it was pretty neat. Ah, yes, this hill. So what the pros were doing is going up and then just zapping it from that high side. I tried to get a run and then just fell into the gully and flapped around like a fish for a little while. This hill was pretty ridiculous, mostly because it was completely full of rock. As you can see here, I'm remolding the hill. I'm taking my time to build my own version of the hill. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Yes, pro rider James Flynn was in the middle of passing me here, and I was doing my best to get the hell out of his way because he actually had a chance of, he's a pro, so that's what you do. When the pros come by. When you're a C rider, you move. So I was trying to do my best to just stay out of his way, and I think I did okay.
Exactly.
As long as you use the back tire of that, you can bump up to there. You're good.
This was pure struggle. Like, whenever I was editing, I cut out a lot. So it was pure struggle, a fight.
Fuck, oh, dude, look at that, dude. I'll say this, dude. You're the there's no other amateurs that have come through here that are going up this legally. They're all fucking going up left lines and shit. The last 4 dudes in front of you, that's a big one.
Yeah, that media guy, that was James Flynn's friend or media guy, whatever the case. He was mostly recording James, and yeah, he took that opportunity to say, yeah, none of the amateurs that he had seen to that point that had come through were taking the line that I took. They were taking a line to the left, which was not rutted out, and it completely bypassed all that stuff. So it was pretty cool that he was giving me that encouragement, and you know, whenever I'm out there, I try to do the right thing, and yeah, just try to do the right thing. So that was pretty cool. There were so many breaks, so much resting, so much heart attack level heart rate that yeah, I cut a lot of that out just for the sake of time, right? So but yeah, it was pretty hardcore.
All right, baby. Get it.
So one thing that may not be evident right now or just yet is that you guys probably noticed my fan running. So my fan is currently triggered by a coolant temp. Whenever it gets up to, I don't know, I think it's like 210 or 212, it will run. It's direct wired to the battery, and it will continue to run until it goes down to like 175. So that ultimately caused my battery to be depleted, and I had to start kickstarting. So whenever I, mess up a little gully like this and get sucked down into the pits of hell, down a mud trench, then yeah, I have to essentially kickstart my bike because I no longer have an electric start, which is not ideal for the situation. So I'm either going to add a switch or try to, or maybe add a relay. I got to look at the harness again, but ideally, I put a race harness on it. So with the race harness, it doesn't. Before I had the race harness, the fan would not run when the bike was off. There was some sort of trigger in there, but now with the race harness, obviously there's nothing built into the harness for the fan, so I gotta play with it. So here I was down in a hole. I wouldn't say losing my soul, but I was pretty frustrated, right? So I got back up and I ended up going around the course here, which in the end doesn't really matter because I didn't make the second check. And I'm about to run out of battery power here as I approach the cave. And just this quick synapse before the video ends, there's a really technical spot here with a step up on a log across the trail, and I ended up looping my bike, and that loop led me to losing my clutch pressure. So I had no clutch, and it was such a bad scenario. But I ended up getting the bike out. That same media guy that helped me, kind of directed me there with James Flynn, ended up helping me get my bike across this gnarly off-camber. And Quinn Wenzel came by, and I was in his way, and he kind of used my bike to kick off. And it was a really, really cool, wild, not awesome experience. But looking back, it was kind of neat. So that pretty much ended my race. I still, again, only made one check. But that one check got me 6th in the C class. So at the end of the day, it was an amazing time. It was such an amazing experience. And I 100% look forward to going back to Bad Medicine and tackling this terrain again. So hope you guys enjoy the series. Hope you guys enjoying the Bad Medicine race. Get out there, get on 2 wheels, and ride a dirt bike. This is Accelerate once again. Signing off.